Good afternoon. Thank you, I want to say, first of all, to the Sisters of St. Joseph in Canada for inviting us to come from Toronto. And we did get this box put together. And we used school children, and we used one of the community colleges, their students, to first of all give us many samples of it, and then we chose one. And then we had another group, and they were all women, and they did all the writing that was in this box. So it was really marvelous to see that happen. So I also have had the privilege of coordinating the volunteers as well as being a volunteer on the gift box during the Pan Am and Para-Pan Am Games last summer in Toronto. And it was an amazing experience and an eye-opener as well. And it raised my consciousness around human trafficking. It talked about unwrapping the truth, and I feel it did this, it really did this, and most for me and many other volunteers and those we engaged in conversation around this issue. People would come up to us and say, "What is this?" "Well, come on in and see." Well, they were a little fearful of going in the box. But once you get them in there, some people thought they were coming to look for a job, because it says on one side about money. So they wanted to come in. Well, what's the job? It's not a job. So then once we had them in there, I just had them read what is written on the box. And it's amazing. The eyes just get bigger and bigger. And I never knew it was so much happening in that area. So our role was to engage them. People walked along King Street, which is a very busy street. We have a university campus, as well as many high-rise, and also many people in business on that street. And when at least 4 volunteers wearing these bright yellow t-shirts would walk up and down this one area in front of a church and hold out a sign, and people, we asked them to do a petition around human trafficking. So we had a little card for them to sign. So as we engaged them in that, then we encouraged them to come in and look in the box. And what struck me the most is that people were so oblivious of the problem. So when they did come in the box, then they were able to ask the questions, because they were able then to read some of the stories. They were horrified at the statistics and the magnitude of the problem, and they happily signed. Now, we had people from all over the world coming into the box, and they said, "Well, we don't belong here." I said, "It doesn't matter. We still need everybody to know," so they'd sign it. The other thing I learned is how to accept rejection many times a day, as people walk by you and ignored you or turned their head away from you. They just didn't want to engage. What is this? So it was a great lesson in humility, and also made me very aware of what Jesus must have gone through when he walked the roads in Jerusalem many years ago, and people saying, "Who are you?" As religious, we are accustomed to being greeted well and appreciated. So again, it helped me to understand a little of what many saints and martyrs experience, and I am very grateful for the privilege of having been able to work in this. Thank you for having me.